The stimulus package for COVID-19 may be voted on tomorrow. That's according to Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. However, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she is in agreement right now with that bill and she doesn't want to vote on it Monday. Here's what McConnell had to say.
But make no mistake about it, we'll be voting tomorrow. I mean, the wheel has to stop at some point, and I don't want any of you to buy the notion that this isn't a thoroughly bipartisan proposal already. There's still some elbowing and maneuvering for room, as you can imagine. But this is a pretty solidly bipartisan proposal agreed to by a lot of rank and file Democrats who were involved in drafting it. And at some point here, we'll have to stop, and that'll be the bill that we vote on. And in my opinion, that will be tomorrow.
Now, the emergency aid package being negotiated has grown to about $2 trillion. Now, with many Americans set to receive some type of stimulus check ranging from $1,000 to $1,200 currently, it's important for you to know how to save and spend the money properly. Founder and CEO of Invest with Teri Ijeoma, joining us. Hello, Teri. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me back.
Hey, we're
again.
always glad to see you. I just bring you back every Sunday. You're looking great, and we are excited to have you here. And Teri, I told my family and my friends, I said, if you get that $1,200 check, please invest it. Please don't let me see you online with a new iPhone or some new shoes or a new bag. Teri, back me up on this one.
Exactly. I also heard some young people talking about all the shoes and paraphernalia they were going to get if they got $1,200. But here's the thing. First of all, you have to be a taxpayer to get the money. So if you haven't been paying taxes, then you already are behind the 8 ball. So let's first start there. But once you get the $1,200, please use it towards something productive. So a couple ideas that I have is, one, take a little bit out in cash. I do think during these times, it's important to have a little cash on hand, and many of us just have credit cards. So one, take some in cash. Then two, use it towards something that will help your future. So whether that's investing in a class so you can learn a new skill, or investing in the stock market so that it can grow for you, something that will actually bring you value versus just taking the money away.
Now, let's talk about how much cash and maybe how much you should put in. And if you can, talk a little bit about the stock market. Maybe if people are not too afraid, they might be able to look at some good stocks.
Sure. So we actually have some awesome companies coming down in price right now. And I want to make sure that just because you don't have a lot of money, I don't want you to go towards stocks that are inexpensive. That's a big myth. People think that they should go towards penny stocks and other things that are small if they don't have a lot of money. But I actually encourage you, I'd rather you get a small amount of shares of something really good than to get a lot of shares of something that's not a good company. So for example, right now, AMD, that's a semiconductor stock. I think that the shares went down to $40. They could come down even lower, but that's a great company that will last for a while. I don't really want to recommend the airlines right now. I think people should stay away from travel stocks because they will take a long time to come back up, but anything that doesn't touch the market. So for example, Adobe, everybody's still using PowerPoint slides and PDFs. Use a software company. Or Salesforce, they do things behind the scenes. Those companies have not been touched by coronavirus at all, and they will be the first ones to pop back up when the market comes back. So look for companies that are really healthy but have come down a lot in price. One more idea on that is you can go and look for things that were at the 52-week highs just a few weeks ago. So Google it, look at Yahoo Finance or even CNBC app. See if your company was at a 52-week high just a few weeks ago. That means they're a really good company, but they've probably come down in price with the market, so that's a good place to start.
Now, how do folks know when we've reached the bottom? I know the bottom can move around, and you don't want to wait too late before it starts rising. So what kind of is a giveaway, and what should we be looking for as a trend so we know exactly when to get in?
Here's the thing, when you're trying to catch the bottom, that's like catching a falling knife. And I know we've all heard that phrase before, but literally, if someone had thrown a knife up in the air and then you just went and put your hand in trying to catch it, you could most likely get cut. So instead of trying to catch the bottom, I'd rather you see the whole market turn around and then just get in before it gets too high. I'd rather you ride it back up. So what I want you to look for is some consistent days of the market going in a positive direction. So not just a one-time thing or every other day it's going positive. No, we want some consistent positive days. Also, you want to see when the overall market, like the Dow and the S&P, stop going down. So when the Dow and the S&P start going up in prices, and you see some consistent green and some consistent higher closes every day, like the close of the market, that's when we'll be more confident that we can get in. But until then, I think don't try to catch a falling knife. Just kind of let it go until we start seeing some uptrends.
I had never heard that one actually before, and thank you for that. Teri Ijeoma joining us live via Skype. Teri, tell them where they can find more information.
Yes, if you go to itradeandtravel.com, there's a free webinar, and you can just learn more about my trade and travel course at itradeandtravel.com.
itradeandtravel.com. I'll say it one more time for you. Teri, thank you so much. Look forward to talking to you again.